So on day 3 of my second week of my 12-week challenge, this week I'm discovering my values, discovering what's important to me, what matters to me in the qualities of the way that I want to live and behave, and what is my kind of outlook for going forward in my life. What are my directions? And yesterday I went into discovering it through the prism of pain. If you look into your pain, what's bothering you, you'll probably find there the roots of what's important to you. Because if it wasn't important to you, it probably wouldn't be bothering you that much. And I went into intimate relationships. Today, I looking at family relationships and what that means to me. And through that prism of pain would be that when I'm isolated from my family, when I'm disconnected from my family, I get a certain amount of pain. In fact, it could be quite painful indeed. And that could, or I should actually be talking about myself. So I actually feel lonely when I'm disconnected from my family. Sometimes I'm very busy, and that could be a certain amount of avoidance, which we'll talk about, but I get that feeling of disconnect, of loneliness. And so if I look into that, what does that mean to me? What is generating that loneliness with regards to my family? Then I come to a discovery that giving and receiving emotional support, sometimes even practical support, is something that's really important to me. I want to be able to give my family emotional support. I want to be able to give my family practical support, material support, spiritual support. And when it actually happens, when I do that with my family, there is a rush of satisfaction, a rush of quality of life, a rush of wanting to do more, being reinforced, just loving, feeling that pleasure in being able to do that. And also feeling each other's pain and knowing that we're in a safe place, knowing that we can support each other. Is something that's really important to me, and able to celebrate our achievements together and to commiserate each other when things don't go so well. So what I'm doing this week is trying to discover what motivates me, what's these underlying core qualities that make my life worthwhile, gives it meaning and purpose. And if you remember the beginning of this 12-week challenge, the idea is for me to help me overcome these difficult moments when I want to begin something new, or I've got a new idea and I want to go out and materialize it. And sometimes I feel really stuck, almost paralyzed in trying to do it, even though it's all there in my head. And so we could ask the question, well, what's the point of discovering your values with intimate relationships or your family or whatever else that we're going to be discovering this week? And the answer is that everything is connected to everything. And our brain has a wonderful way of generalizing for painful as well as pleasurable things. So once I discover motivations in one part of my life, it can generalize it into other parts of my life. And everything is connected to everything. So when I find that I want to be able to give material, spiritual, emotional, psychological support to my family, ultimately I find that that's also there in my work. That's what I want to do in my therapy work and my contribution to society, is to give emotional and spiritual and materialistic support to other people around me, loved ones, strangers, society. And so each thing is connected to each thing. Now we've got to remember that even if I'm doing this as an exercise this week and it's a discovery exercise, we could get really rigid about, oh, does that mean that I have to, I must? No, it doesn't. The free-flowing kind of brainstorming with myself on discovering what is it that makes me tick? What really am I all about? What do I want to be about? Is a fluid exercise and can change. It can change from day to day. It can change from week to week, month to month, year to year. It just depends, first of all, on what really is my core values in life and how does that affect me in the way that I'm behaving. So yeah, this is a test of discovery. It's a possibly even enjoyable journey, but could have bumps along the way, just wondering, what is this all about for me? So today I basically have discovered that that support system, that wanting for me to be able to give support emotionally and spiritually and psychologically, but also receive it. It's a two-way system. It's not just one way. So hopefully that's been useful for you today.